Hola, ¿cómo está, MGM? Nice to meet y'all, man. Feeling lovely today. The snow is falling again. It's slick outside. If you're not all-wheel drive, stay inside. Today we have another crazy reaction video. Cops make a horrifying discovery at professor's house. And they ain't talking about me, gang. They ain't talking about me. Before we get into this video, man, make sure y'all smash that like button. Let me know y'all down here in the comments. And subscribe if you like the content, man. We're gonna roll the clip.
You said you see blood?
Blood?
Police officers have just arrived to conduct a welfare check on a father who has failed to pick up his daughter from school.
My daughter was supposed to be picked up by her father today.
That father was Dr. Todd Morgan, a beloved professor at the University of Cleveland and a devoted father of two. To friends and students, he seemed the very picture of respectability. But behind the polished exterior, Dr. Morgan was concealing a far more scandalous side of his life.
You ever seen his frames you? Just seems odd.
Weird. I told my husband, I said, that guy's fucking weird.
On the afternoon of April 19th, 2023, Mary Ann called Hudson Police, asking them to conduct a welfare check on her daughter's father, Dr. Todd Morgan. He had failed to pick up their 4-year-old Cecilia from school, something wildly out of character for the devoted father of two. Though she and Todd were separated, Mary Ann took this as a sign to act fast.
Hi, I was wondering if I'd be able to request a wellness check on someone. Okay, what's going on? So my daughter was supposed to be picked up by her father today, and I got a call from the school that she was still at the school, so I ended up picking her up. They tried to contact him, and they tried to contact, I believe, his I tried to call him a couple times and haven't received anything back.
Does he live in the city?
Yes.
What's his address?
No, I don't think he would forget his daughter from...
When you call him, does it go straight to voicemail or does it ring?
It rings.
Officers were dispatched to Todd's home in Hudson at around 7 p.m. Arriving as a pair, they first made an attempt to call out to him. When there was no response, they peered through the windows. But what they saw inside made both officers bolt towards the back door.
You said you see blood? Go around back. Get EMS out here. Oh boy. There's a lot of blood.
Oh, man.
Party looks to be... I might have fell.
Todd was sprawled inside, covered in his own blood, almost unrecognizable. At first glance, to officers, he seemed to have suffered a gunshot wound to his head that indicated suicide. But something about the scene immediately felt wrong.
Oh wow. Looks like a suicide. Be a possible suicide. Let's make sure the scene's safe first. Let's clear the house. 21, let's clear the house first.
Shell casings were scattered on the floor near Todd's body, but the gun was nowhere to be found.
There's a bullet casing here, which that's weird. Why is there a bullet casing here? Anybody in here? Hudson Police!
While searching the house, officers spotted a single shell casing at the bottom of the staircase, the same caliber as those near Todd's body by the back door.
I don't see a weapon. That's why I'm thinking something else.
Yep.
I don't see a weapon of any kind. That's weird. Why is there... This makes me think someone shot him.
When officers reached the master bedroom, they were taken aback. The room was a mess. Empty bottles of alcohol, snack wrappers, and condoms scattered all over the room. The kids' rooms, however, was a different case. They were messy, yes, but not ransacked. A few loose bills and coins were scattered on the floor, alongside a cracked piggy bank that seemed strangely out of place. Nothing else appeared to have been searched or stolen, leaving the scene feeling more unsettling than explanatory. In the end, the search of the house raised more questions than it answered.
You found money?
Change. Piggy bank left over.
Well, if it was a robbery, the house would be more ransacked, right?
Right.
Hold on, are we? Say it's pretty bad in there. Yeah, there's shell casings in the house all over, but there's no weapon.
GSW. Yeah. So
He's been sitting there for a while. That blood's dried up.
okay.
Can you tell me what you think this is, Sarge? I mean, because it looks weird. We checked the window and we saw him laying here.
Look, it's exactly like what it is.
We went in and we made sure that there's nobody else in the house. But there's 2 casings here. There's actually 3 casings here.
Somebody
And there's
did
1
this.
casing over by the stairs.
Okay.
Let me know what happens.
Do you guys? Is it?
I don't
You have to hook them up.
I don't even think so.
As long as it is obvious and apparent, and somebody can tell me if he is cold or stiff. No.
The detectives noticed something else. The back door frame was damaged and partly ripped away, with a piece of the lock broken off and lying on the deck. It looked like someone had forced their way in. But was that damage done before the police arrived, or was it from their frantic attempt to reach Todd?
Did you see that? Did that come off when we opened the door? I'm not sure.
Cold, obvious signs of death.
Okay.
Through the head.
Okay.
So I can do it.
41-year-old Dr. Todd Morgan lived in a quiet suburb known for its low crime rate, making his death all the more shocking. Todd was adventurous and academically driven. After a doctorate in business administration from Kent State, he returned to Cleveland State University as a respected and well-liked professor. Outside the classroom, Todd was a devoted father of 2. He filled his time with his kids, playing games, going to the movies, and enjoying the outdoors. He often said that they were the most important part of his life. But in April of 2023, that life was tragically cut short. As Dr. Todd Morgan's body was taken for autopsy, the detectives stayed behind, combing through the house once more. It was during this careful re-examination that they spotted something odd.
Yes. So that would have been.
What is it?
There were footprints imprinted into Todd's blood. They trailed across the floor and out.
Now, if you know, we know, that footprint right there is the footprint of an Air Force One. White Air Force Ones.
Towards the driveway. Now, at first, the police feared that one of their own had stepped into the blood and had accidentally contaminated the scene. So they immediately began checking everyone's shoes.
No.
What's your boot look like underneath? Oh, okay.
Yeah, cause
No, it doesn't match any of our boots.
those are Nike shoes.
Can I see the bottom of your boot real quick? Just to see. No. Yeah. Can I see the bottom of your shoe?
I tried to tippy toe around.
We just have there's shoe prints coming out. We just want to make sure they don't.
I tried.
The bloody footprints led down the back steps, straight toward where Todd's Porsche SUV was parked. But something that the detectives found inside the professor's bedroom hinted at a discreet secret. How could this discreet secret be connected to his murder?
Pretty hard, but I didn't yank. It felt like it was just unlocked. It would just open easily. There's shoe prints on the wood with blood. There's a gunshot wound to the side of the head. Looks like the left side, maybe the right side. I don't know if that's the exit wound on the left side. There's 3 shell casings by the body, and there's 1 shell casing by the stairwell in the front of the house. So I didn't.
Detectives were still troubled by the damaged back door. They needed to know if the splintered frame was their own doing, or it was something that had happened before they had arrived. After carefully tracing the break, they were relieved to find the other broken off pieces on the porch, confirming that the damage hadn't come from them.
The piece of this door would be out here somewhere. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, they're here.
Oh, okay. Then that definitely wasn't us, because he did not hit it. He did not pull it that hard.
You would have seen that fly all the way over here, right?
Yeah.
So that paramedic never stepped over there.
There's the door.
A detailed search of the house revealed details that suggested new possible motives behind the tragedy. Scattered around the house were expensive items, laptops, tablets, and other valuables, all left untouched. Even Todd's Porsche SUV sat outside with the keys still inside. Nothing about the scene suggested a typical robbery. When the autopsy results came back, investigators learned that Todd had been shot 7 times with a 9mm handgun. 1 round was fired at close range, and 2 struck his clavicle, causing fatal injuries. The evidence made it clear. This was personal. But before we continue, we'd like to thank today's sponsor.
Nah, I'm not sponsored by them. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to do that.
Inside Todd's home, they also found multiple firearms, an unloaded shotgun, a 9mm handgun buried under clothes in a closet, and a second 9mm pistol in the master bedroom, concealed beneath a Spider-Man mask on a nightstand shelf. The second pistol was loaded, with 1 round in the chamber and 4 in the magazine. All of the firearms were collected for testing. After carefully combing through the house, the detectives turned their attention outward, going door to door to ask neighbors if they had seen or heard anything unusual. The first neighbor that detectives spoke with was Linda, whose daughter had babysat for the family. Her interview, however, struck them as a little unusual.
I met him, and my daughter babysat his kids a couple of times. And then after that, I haven't really talked to him.
Okay. Did you happen to notice anything that's odd the last couple days at this house? Unknown weird vehicles, weird noises?
Odd, but,
okay.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's why I'm wondering, because my daughter babysat for him, and I always said, there's something weird. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want my daughter to baby, because I just thought that was weird. But he's got 2 little kids, so, I mean, if he's got 2 little kids here, I don't know.
His kids live with him normally?
He said he had the kids, like, part-time.
Okay, so, because I know he had a divorce.
He had a divorce,
okay.
But he had some girlfriend, too.
Okay.
I saw her, and I met her. I think she lives, like, in Dora or something, I don't know.
Okay.
So, but, you know, this was a while ago. Maybe they broke up. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
And, I mean, my daughter babysat for him, like, twice. The kids came over. She babysat, I think, at my house. I think she might have walked her once. But, I don't know. And he said he never let anyone in the house because he said he was gutting it. So, and that's all. And then he said he worked from home. He wanted my daughter to babysit while he ran errands and stuff. That was it. Okay. And I just wondered, what does this guy do? He has a Porsche, but he's working from home. I don't really know anything about it.
Okay. Has he ever mentioned anything odd to you before?
Anything odd?
Like strange or saying strange to you? Just seems odd.
Weird.
Okay.
Like, this is but I told my husband, I said, that guy's fucking weird. He goes, what do you mean? I go, I just got a bad feeling, and I don't want Celia to babysit for him. Because, you know, if I get a feeling, you know, it's like intuition.
Next door to Todd's house, the detective spoke with another neighbor.
Sir? I'm Officer Brown, Hudson Police Department.
Hi there.
Hi, I was wondering if, when the last time you saw your neighbor...
Todd?
Yeah, have you...
Well, I see him pretty regularly. We're in and out.
Yeah.
You know, we cross paths.
Okay.
Haven't seen anything, and I'm retired. Recently retired. I'm here all the time.
You're here. You haven't heard anything.
Haven't
seen
heard
anything.
a peep.
Okay. All right.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, we're just.
Okay. He seems like a nice guy. I mean, he's been here a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
But while most neighbors had little to offer about the day of the crime, married couple Eugene and Sherry shared something that the detectives couldn't ignore.
Next to the Porsche. They were in the car. I mean, it was there.
The Porsche?
No, it was next to the Porsche.
Okay.
And it was there when I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock. You know, as I walked.
The car was already there.
The car was already there. The person
5?
was due. Yeah, when I woke up.
Okay.
But at 7:15, 7:20, I heard, and then I saw someone come out of the house, go to the car, open up the car, was there for a while, and then took something back into the house, like a package or a box, it looked like.
Okay.
And then came back out, not running, but walking fast.
Quick pace?
Yes.
At what time was that?
It had to be 7. 7:20.
At 7:20?
Yeah, that it all happened within a couple
That
of
was
minutes.
what you heard
the two shots. I'm assuming. I don't know. And then I thought someone was banging on something, and then a little pause, and then 4 more, and then they got in the car and they left, but they didn't leave fast. They just were going down the driveway.
Okay. Can you describe that car?
It was a smaller car, light colored, maybe a light blue, light gray. I couldn't get the make of it.
Did you see the person that was driving?
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not see the person.
Okay.
My wife thinks there was long hair.
We were in different places. So I was finishing my first year here. I teach in Twinford, so I had a meeting this morning, so I had to be at work early. So I was finishing up my coffee in his office room up there. I think you were coming out of the bathroom, so we have this big, we have a balcony right there.
Sure.
So he was coming back to his office from the bathroom, and I said, "Did you hear that?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "I don't know, it kind of sounded like gunshot, but then you live in Hudson, you don't, you just, in the perspective, it would never in a million years, and there's cars up there all the time that have popping noises and trucks, so I didn't think anything of it. I heard boom, boom, and then I thought it was boom, boom, but there was a little bit of pause. But I was not even thinking it was gunshot until after it happened. So then I saw somebody come out of the house with long hair to the shoulders. I couldn't even tell you if it was male or female, to be honest with you. It looked like a smaller frame, not a big person.
Back at the scene, further analysis brought a strange realization. The back door hadn't been broken into from the outside. The damage came from the inside. That made no sense. Who would break their way out of a house that they already had access to? And besides Todd, who even had access to his home?
So when I got up, because that's my bathroom mirror, so I get ready right there and it's a clear shot. It was a car.
And then, now, mind you, I'm sorry, y'all, but now, mind you this. When the police searched this man's house, it was several firearms, all scattered around, shotguns, ARs. He had a handgun, a pistol, by his bedside, one in the chamber. So it got to be somebody that he know.
Never seen. I left the house at 7:23 today because I'm thinking I'm going to be late for my 7:40 meeting. So that's how I know what time it was when I left the house. So that person came out, like Gene said, grabbed something from the car. I thought it was more like a package. He thought it was like a box. Again, we weren't putting anything in perspective. It's just what we walked as passing by. And then the person took something back into the house, came back out, and then just drove away. And Gene even commented well, there couldn't have been anything. They're not in a rush. So.
Okay. And how long were they, once they returned into the house, how long were they there for?
It was just us.
It was like they
walk in,
went
walk
in,
back out.
Yeah.
Threw something on the floor. And
I couldn't even tell you after we heard that boom boom what time we was at right away. I don't even remember.
Okay. And that car was sitting in the driveway when you guys woke up at 5.
Fortunately, Eugene and Sherry's Ring camera offered their first solid lead. It had captured an image of a car near Todd's house that day, so they turned the footage over to the detectives.
But
okay, so that's the car.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to see anything from that or whatever.
Okay, I'll give this back to you. I'll go tell.
Okay, I'm not sure how to.
Yeah.
And then it jumps to 7:30 and it's gone.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
What time is that? Right.
6:50.
50.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 7, it's gone.
Yeah. Well, the next spot on here is 7:30, so there's a gap.
Okay.
And it's gone at 7:30.
Following procedure, detectives need to deliver the news of Todd's death to his ex-girlfriend, Mary Ann, the same woman who had first called 911. Given her closeness to the case, detectives knew that her role and perspective would need to be carefully considered.
Do you know Todd?
I'm just boyfriend of Mary.
Okay.
So, Todd found Todd dead today. So,
Any explanation?
we're still in ongoing investigation. We have the detectives looking into it right now.
Yeah, as we find out more, we can, obviously let you guys know what more is going on. But right now it is an investigation. It's under investigation, so.
In the residence?
At his
Can
house.
you tell us anything?
Yeah.
At his home, we found him dead on
Yeah.
the home.
When's the last time you heard from him?
I think it was a text on Saturday, maybe. I'd have to look at my phone.
You need your phone?
Text on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you, sir, if you don't mind.
You need it?
Yeah, thank you.
But so he's required to do an eye sober device.
What's that?
It's to he'll breathe into it and it reads whether he's had a drink or not.
For the vehicle?
Just any.
Oh, wow, anything at all. Okay.
And the last report I got was from yesterday at 7 o'clock in the morning.
You get reports from
Yeah, the
guys? Sir?
emails.
No kidding.
Results.
You got a result for that test yesterday?
Yes, I can pull it up.
Does it give numbers or just say if it's positive or negative for alcohol?
It does give numbers.
Okay.
What's this test called again?
Eye sober device.
So you knew he was alive yesterday, right? Okay. Does he have any strange friends or anything? Anything weird happened yesterday, you know?
Not that I know of.
While Marianne was initially considered a suspect, she quickly provided a solid alibi. She had dropped off their daughter at school and was at work at the time of the murder. But before leaving, she shared one more crucial piece of information. Todd had recently said that he felt threatened by his ex-wife's new boyfriend, a lead that the detectives knew that they couldn't ignore.
His ex was dating someone that he said felt threatened by her and him ever having to exchange anything in person.
Okay.
So they would meet.
It would be like a police department or a common area.
It's his girlfriend's...
His ex-wife's boyfriend.
His other ex-wife's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Marianne also told detectives something more personal. Todd's first marriage ended after he had an affair with one of his students. That relationship ended quickly, but this revealed a complicated side to Todd's life. While the detectives were busy with interviews, ballistics testing came back on the firearms that were taken from Todd's home. Every gun was legally registered in his name. But oddly, none of them, not even the two 9mm handguns, matched the weapon that was used to kill him. Then the detectives received a critical lead. On the morning of April 19th, at 7:21 a.m., a 911 call had been placed from a cell phone at Todd's address. The line went silent. No one spoke. Dispatchers later said that this wasn't unusual. Accidental calls like that happen often. But the timing was hard to ignore. The call came at almost the exact moment that neighbors reported hearing a gunshot. Could it have been Todd's desperate attempt to call for help? Hudson's 911 center believed that it was an accidental SOS call, the kind that's triggered when a phone's power button is pressed 5 times. But while they expected the call to track back to Todd, it was traced, and the phone returned with the name of Terriana Siobhan Denise Peschel, a woman based in Akron. This information came with a deeply troubling history. That name belonged to someone who was no stranger to law enforcement. But how was she connected to the case? Or better yet, how was she involved with Todd?
Right.
Terriana matched the description given by the neighbor. Small in stature, long dark hair, and driving a silver car, the same type that was seen near Todd's house. Detectives traced the phone to an address. But when they arrived, the interaction was far from simple.
How you doing? Was she in trouble? How are you talking? Oh, okay. I definitely let her know.
You tell her to call the Hudson Police Department? Hudson Police Department, Hudson, Ohio.
Okay, I sure will.
What friend she's staying with?
I don't know, man. It's some friend. I mean, she's a friend. You know, look like a little girlfriend, you know, she's a young girl. You know, I'm an older man, and, you know, I'm just getting my little, you know, but it ain't all like that, you know.
What can you tell me about?
Sir, you mind if we come in the house to check just to make sure she's not here?
Hell no, you know what time it is. I'm in the bed. My dog barking. I'm my grandkids upstairs in the bed. Y'all think y'all want to walk through my dog's house? Hell no.
The homeowner insisted that Terriana didn't live there and refused to let the police inside. Unable to get a warrant that night, the detectives had to back off. But they weren't done. Tracking her movements, they eventually found Terriana at her sister's home in the Envision apartment complex. There, she was placed under arrest and brought in for questioning. It is important to note that Tariana Paschal was not a typical suspect, and this wasn't her first brush with detectives. Back in 2021, a 9mm cartridge found with Tariana matched one that was found at an unsolved Cleveland homicide.
What?
In that case, she was the registered owner of the gun and the ex-girlfriend of the victim. Tariana had gotten off the hook then by pointing fingers at another ex-boyfriend, and with no solid evidence tying her to the murder, prosecutors couldn't charge her. Detectives, on the other hand, believed that she was the shooter, so they vowed that if she ever crossed their desks for another crime again, they weren't going to let her walk. And now, here she was, tied to another violent death. But was she really guilty this time?
Okay, I'll be back here in about 5 minutes, okay? Okay, anything? Are you okay? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. That's better. Tariana, I'm Detective Walker. We can start okay, back, okay? But, I mean, look at his face. You remember this guy, right?
Tariana began her interrogation flat out denying that she had ever been to Hudson. What she didn't realize was that the detectives were already several steps ahead of her. By the way, if you're finding this video interesting so far, do us a favor. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, man. Shout out the villains, man. A lot of people be getting mad I don't shout out the channels, but I be thinking y'all be seeing the channels anyway. They shout themselves out. Shout out the villains, man, for this awesome video.
And help us get to 1 million subscribers. We're almost there. Now, let's dive back in.
So, here's what's interesting about these two photos, right? Okay, these two photos were actually on your phone. On my phone? Mm-hmm. Well, they weren't on my phone. You actually typed in a search for this guy. And you viewed this image on your phone. You also did a search for 320 North Streetsville Street, and you viewed this image on your phone. Mary, I'll give you an opportunity here to talk to us. We need to know what happened. Okay, and I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on. What do you have? I don't know what's going on. Whose phone is it? I was going to take my daughter's phone. Whose phone is it? That's my phone. That's your phone. Whose phone is this? My daughter's phone. Daughter's phone. How long has your daughter had this phone? For a while. For a while? A while? A week? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I'm going back with my kids at this point. Oh, hell no. That's because you... What? I don't know whose phone that is. I was in your room. She had her phone in her hand, so I can't. This phone was not in her hand. This phone was plugged in to her bedroom on a charger on the wall. Yeah. This phone was lying on the bed. Do not take it out of her hand. And if this belongs to your daughter, she's going to get it back. Yeah. I told your sister that.
Unbeknownst to Tariana, detectives had already uncovered her attempts to conceal her activities. After the incident, she had discarded her phone, changed her number, and believed that she had removed any trace of her whereabouts. However, investigators were able to follow the transition and monitor her digital activity. Their review revealed searches such as, "Can the police track my phone if I remove the SIM?" as well as repeated visits to news reports about the Hudson case.
Wow.
Records showed that she checked 41 times to see if her name had been linked to the crime.
Okay, this is, what I want to show you here is a conversation, okay, within your Bumble. And, okay. So, looking at this, me is you, okay, because this is a chat history from your Bumble account. Okay, so April 16th, at 1957, you sent a message that says, "Hey, Todd." Does this look familiar to you, this conversation? I really don't remember. You don't remember? Okay. So you guys had this conversation right here at the end. You asked him, "Hey, you want to exchange numbers?" Right, so the name would be you, and then you say that your name is Siobhan. Is that your middle name?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that kind of what you go by, Siobhan? Is there any other names you go by?
No.
Just Siobhan? Terry? Okay. So you ask him if he wants to change numbers. He says, yes, that works for me. And he gives you that phone number. Does that phone number look familiar?
No.
Okay.
Lying motherfucker.
I really don't remember.
Okay. So here's some things I want to show you. Remember I told you that I showed you these photos right here. I told you that these photos are from your phone, your search history within your phone. Remember I said that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that in mind, I want to show you this. This right here, these are all searches that you did within your phone. Okay. April, is that April 18, April 18. These are all images that you viewed. Okay. Does that guy look familiar to you now? No, he really don't.
Phone records filled in the missing pieces. Tariana and Todd had connected on the dating app Bumble. Although Todd had told his family that he was seeing someone, Tariana was likely not that person.
Exactly.
Turns out that she was a sex worker. She had profiles across multiple dating apps showing her offering companionship services to men willing to pay. Todd had agreed to her terms, promising to, quote, spoil her like a queen, end quote. But somewhere between that arrangement and the morning of April 19th, everything went wrong.
Alright, so look. Don't be mad at me, man, but I just want to get y'all opinion before we find out, man. Make it more intriguing. Honest to God, I feel like she set him up. She's an escort already. She set him up. She realized he got some pape, you know what I'm saying? Or she looked at his belongings, thought he had some pape, set him up. Let me know how y'all feel.
Okay. You got a lot of information. You got information that puts you in connection with Todd Morgan. We have the neighbors. Yeah, we have neighbors. We have neighbors who saw you in top ring camera. You're leaving a house with a phone call. Okay. Your phone puts you at the house overnight. This phone call on the morning of April 19, 2023, 2104 SOS. This is a phone call that came from your phone. We got a lot of information. We have DNA evidence, we have video, we have phone calls, we have Bumble chat messages.
Tariana's phone data showed her arriving in Hudson after midnight and staying overnight on Todd Street. On the morning of the killing, Todd sent her $50. Minutes later, his phone was seen traveling with hers at 60 miles per hour before being cut off near the I-271 split, where detectives believe that it was tossed, while Tariana kept on driving towards Cleveland. This evidence was further confirmed by surveillance cameras.
You seem like a good person. All the background we did on you. I'm a great your daughter had nothing but good stuff to say to you. Your sister had nothing. So we realized something happened that night. And it wasn't the way it looks to us. And we want to know what really happened there. Something bad happened, and we want to hear your side of it. Because we know you're not that person. Everything we've come up on you, you're not that person. But without you talking to us, and that's why we're sitting here. That's why we're giving you the opportunity. Okay? Being here, we're just going to take you to jail. While we're sitting here, we're giving you time. We want to talk. We need to know what happened. Oh, my goodness. Now you know Todd Morgan. I really don't know. I don't recall the name like you. I don't recall the name. You shot him. No. You remember that? No, I did not. No, I did not. So something we had talked about, you have a Cash App? Cash App account? I do. You do have a Cash App account? Yeah. Okay. Is that it? Okay. So,
like they're not gonna do their job.
Is there a reason why Bobby Morgan will send you a cash app here? No. 7 o'clock in the morning on April 19th. I don't know how,
Yes, you do, because you was his nasty dancer. Dancer for money.
Some random guy off of someone you had a conversation with decided to wake up one morning and send you $50. He probably just wanted to send me some money. I don't know. I really don't remember him sending me anybody, but I do have people who just randomly send me money on Cash App.
Right.
You know, I follow through my Cash App. Why would it can happen. It can happen. Okay, so yeah. If you say you wake up one morning, you look at your phone, and it says, you know, Todd Morgan sent you $50. Would you not reach out to Todd Morgan and say, hey, what's that for? Or thank you, appreciate that. Or what you not reach out to anybody who's looking for money. So. Okay, so when you got that $50 payment, did you do that? No, I don't know. I don't remember, but I do know that I get random cash apps all the time, so that's nothing. All right, so in order for Todd Morgan to send you any money at all, he would need to know your cash tag name.
Or have your number.
Right? So how would he have gotten that cash tag name to be able to send you $50? I don't know. He probably got it from me. Like I said, random means don't send me money on Cash App if I ask. I mean, $50 is nothing, so. So you asked him for $50? I don't know. I don't remember.
What you mean you don't know?
He might have been buying chocolate or whatever, chocolate, but I don't know.
Todd had sent Tariana a $1,000 payment, but the second transfer never went through.
There was another payment. Is it a problem? About 23 minutes later, there was a $1,000 payment that was sent from Todd Morgan to Black Beauty. And you confirm that Black Beauty, this cash app is you. That's you, obviously, in that picture. So he sent you $1,000. Now, we go back to a $50 payment. You say, guys, send you random $50 every now and then. Okay. You guys send you a random $1,000 payment? No. Okay, so it can happen. It could happen. It could happen. Okay. All right. So here's what happened, though. So this money is sent, and it's sent at 7:25 in the morning. See, this is 11:25. I can't. It's a UTC time, so you got to subtract 4 out. So 7:25 in the morning is a $1,000 payment. They'll send from Todd Morgan to Black Beauty. Let that expire. And it says waiting on sender. Okay, so basically that payment was sent, but Todd Morgan wasn't able to verify that. He got a notice back on his phone that said, hey, you need to answer the security question, whatever it was, in order for this payment to go through. That payment never went through. Did you know anything about that? No. You guys didn't have a relationship at all? No, I don't. Did you have a sexual relationship? I don't remember, no. I'm telling you, I don't remember that man's face.
She disgusted.
Tariana DNA was also found on the inside and the outside of the used condoms in Todd's room.
So, the vehicle that you're driving, whose car is that? It's your car? Okay. How long have you had that car? For a while.
At the time of her arrest, she had been driving a silver Ford Taurus X with no back license plate. The exact same car that was caught on the Ring camera fleeing Todd Morgan's home.
There's a Ring doorbell camera that sits that faces the back of Todd Morgan's house from the neighbor's house. And this vehicle was seen by that neighbor leaving the house on the morning of April 19th. When? The morning of April 19th. So the morning of April 19th, I don't know. Okay, so the morning of April 19th, here's what we have. We have this Cash App payment, right? I want to room for $50. We have another Cash App payment that was 23 minutes later for $1,000. We have this vehicle leaving Todd Morgan's house at around 7:23 in the morning on April 19th. You said that's your car.
Mm-hmm.
Have your phone at 320 West Streetsville Street on April 19th at 7 in the morning. Actually have your phone at that address after midnight on April 19th, which looks like it was there overnight. It's not possible.
No, I barely do lose my phone, so I don't know.
I'm tired of hearing them words come out her mouth. I don't know.
So the neighbor said they seen me. Really?
Yes. They actually described this vehicle, described the right side of it as your lady. What do you think about that? I mean, with everything I'm saying to you, carry on. Is there an explanation for it? We just want to talk to you about this. We need to know what happened, okay? April 19th, your phone, your car was at 328 West Streetsville Street. Your DNA. Your DNA is inside of that house. Black and Miles are inside of that house. Tire shipments that are inside of the house that match shoes that you're wearing in Facebook photos.
As for the bloody footprint that was found at the scene, forensics matched it to a Nike sneaker, the very same brand that Terriana had.
Man, stop playing with me like I didn't call it. Stop playing with me like I didn't call it. I showed y'all in the beginning of the video, a Air Force One. I told y'all this circle part right here, there's no other shoe with the ridges around it that's gonna match it. It's an Air Force One.
Shown off in a Facebook post months before. Through it all, Terriana never confessed. But she didn't need to. The pile of evidence against her was already overwhelming. Terriana at first pleaded not guilty. But on the day that her trial was set to begin, she accepted a plea deal, agreeing to plead guilty in exchange for a sentence of 20 years to life in prison for the murder of Todd Morgan. Before the judge handed down the sentence, Todd's family stood in court to share their impact statement.
Since his murder, my daughter's life has been irrevocably altered. At just 6 years old, she is at one of the most impressionable stages of her life. She was only 4 when she waited at school for her dad to pick her up, not understanding why he never came. When I arrived, she was confused and desperately wanted to call him, but each call went unanswered. I had to explain to her that her daddy wouldn't be coming back because someone had hurt him. I watched her curl up in my arms, hiding her face as she processed this unimaginable loss. For months following, she would cry out for us whenever we left the room, terrified that we wouldn't return. This fear of abandonment stemmed directly from the sudden absence of her father.
Todd's mother, Sandy, spoke through tears. She told the court how her son had been trying to rebuild his life, working on his health, fighting to quit alcohol, and returning to church. Sadly, this one slip-up cost him everything.
I'm Todd's mom. I always will be. Todd's not here to tell his story. Only God, Todd, and you know the truth of what happened on April 19. All I know, he was brutally murdered by you, and he basically died for nothing. You didn't even know him. Your actions to take my son's life changed my life forever. It's changed all of our lives. Even more so, you took a father from 2 beautiful children. They were his world, and he was theirs.
When it was her turn to make her statement, Terriana addressed the room briefly.
Yes, to his family, I'm very sorry, and I hope that one day that you can find it in your hearts to forgive me.
I'm sentencing you to a period of 20 years to life on count 1, aggravated murder and unclassified felony. In addition, that sentence will run consecutive to the 3-year firearm specification, which is attached to that count 1. That firearm specification 3-year sentence must be served first, must be consecutive, and it is in fact mandatory. This will make you eligible for parole, which there's no guarantee of that, at the earliest at 23 years. But you could serve up to life in prison for this matter. Do you understand all of that, Ms. Paschal?
Yes, Your Honor.
While Todd's loved ones were glad that they got justice without having to face the torment of a full trial, it is quite sad that no sentence will ever bring him back, and that the pain of losing their father, son, and friend will always linger. If you found this...
Bro, that's messed up. So sloppy. So sloppy, man. She had this man send a deposit, basically. That's what that 50 was. When she sent that car, that crib, man, she like, oh, he got it. She tried to send it to herself. That's probably what happened. That's why she couldn't verify it. She tried to send it to herself, man. But it's crazy how, God put you through these tests. Some people gonna say, oh, it's funny, somebody always mentioning a mysterious man that no one ever seen before. I get a lot of those comments on some videos, man. But God put you through certain stuff, and it's up to you to make the right decision. You know what I'm saying? You can't fall for temptation. You can't fall for temptation, man. You gotta have some type of discipline. You gotta be disciplined, man. And unfortunately for this young fellow here, he fell for temptation. And she ended up being a straight backdoor artist. She did what she did, but she was greedy and she wanted more, even though she was cheap. That's crazy. And it aggravates me, though, that people be even in these situations. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. Drop a like and subscribe if you want to. I ain't forcing you. I ain't gonna tell you to. If you jamming with it, subscribe. I'll be back with some more heat. Any, mini, mighty, mo. One day for sure. I don't know when, but I'll be back probably later today. Until then, salutations. Have a good evening. We out.